Hi, Rob here. Welcome back to my shop today. Now, I have been to the store and found this. It is bamboo. It's end grain. It's segmented and it's very thin, but I'm thinking I'd like to make something out of it on my lathe. So I think what I'm going to do is have a very shallow plate from it. But I think that the segmenting is cool, and I've never turned bamboo before. So it's going to probably be dusty, and it's going to be a sanding nightmare. But it's going to be interesting, and I think it looks cool. So yes, it looks cool as a chopping board. It's going to look just as cool as a bowl, I think, or a shallow dish. So I'll get this to the bandsaw, get it cut up, and the next time you'll see this, it will be on my lathe. Maybe on a glue block. I'm thinking I'm going to use a glue block for this one because it's so shallow. I don't want to put screws into this. So stick around and let's see what we can make out of this old chopping board. Well, it's not an old chopping board, it's brand new. I bought it from the store, but I had to buy it. Okay, so I have my basic plate blank. Like I said, it's bamboo end grain, and it is very shallow. It's very shallow. So what I'm going to do is I've got this piece of ash. I'm going to use this as a glue block. So I've drilled a 3/8 hole in that. I'm going to mount this onto my chuck with my wormwood screw, and then I'm going to find the center of this and using my tailstock bring it to the ash block, and I'm going to use my hot glue gun, which I've not actually done before. I've not used the hot glue method before for doing glue blocks, so this is new to me. So but I've seen lots of guys do it, so I know it's very possible to do that, and apparently it holds good. So we'll see if this one holds. So I'm going to get this onto my chuck, trued up, and then put my bamboo plate on and turn the back of the plate. It is indeed very shallow. It is 7/8 of an inch, so it's very shallow. So for me to put a mortise in there at all would require this plate to be extremely thin and fragile. So I might even go that route. It might be an extremely fragile piece, or it might just fly off the lathe. We'll see. Now, I had a guy make a comment the other week on mounting wood to the lathe. So this is the method I'm using on this particular piece. A little bit of wax on my wormwood screw, and a 3/8 hole drilled into the center of this piece of wood. Okay, so that's nice and tight in there. So now what I'll do is I'll true this up. And then I will glue this piece. I'll find the center and glue this in. Okay, so what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to bring my tailstock up, wind it out a little bit, basically all I'm going to do is put that in the center of that piece of wood and bring it to my glue block, like so. So there's my pencil circle. Now I'm going to put glue in here, hot glue on this surface, and bring it to it. So now I'm going to put some hot glue around the back of this and just take my time. I want to make sure that this thing does not come off. Okay, so I've got the underside of this plate finished. What I'm going to do now is sand it and put some sanding sealer on it, and I have to decide what finish to put on it. It's always a good idea to wear respirators when wood turning, especially when sanding, and especially end grain. This is extremely dusty. Okay, so far I'm pleasantly surprised by this. It's bamboo end grain. It's very thin, it's about 7/8 of an inch thick. It's going to be a plate. Just going to put some sanding sealer on it right now, and then get it sanded down and finish the outside. But it's coming up quite nicely. I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. Now if you go back at my videos and look at the Acacia bowl, that was a lot dustier and a lot more tear out. There's no tear out in this. Not to speak of anyway. So I'm going to continue sanding this, applying sanding sealer, and get it finished. Okay, so I've applied 3 coats of sanding sealer and I've sanded it down, and what I'm going to apply, I was thinking of wax, but I decided I'm going to go with Terra Nova Nature Oil. It's basically a salad bowl finish. It's food safe, which is always good. I'm just going to rub this in, and then we'll get this thing turned around. And I think that this will soak up the oil like straws because of the end grain. So it may require several coats. But I think it's going to be nice. Okay, I'm going to get this off of the glue block and get it turned around. Okay, so I have to break the glue. So I'm actually just going to use a knife and go around it because I don't want to break the any of the segmenting. There it is, very easy to get off. That was very easy. Perfect. Okay, so I totally messed up my mortise in the back of this bowl, so I made it too small. I guess I need to make one of those templates for the mortises and tenons that I use all the time. I made my mortise the size I would normally make my tenon, so that doesn't work. So what I've done is I've turned a jam block, which basically slots into my mortise now. So and that's fine. It'll work. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back side too, just to hold it. I'm going to leave my tailstock up while I turn most of the inside of this plate, and then to finish it I'll just remove my tailstock, and the glue will hold it perfectly fine, and it's jammed in there as well, so that will be good. Okay, so because I've got this in a jam chuck, I'm going to put some glue, hot glue, in here in the back side, just to make sure that it stays in place as I finish this bowl on the inside. Now I cannot take this too deep, it's going to be fairly shallow. need to make sure I get glue all the way around this, and I'll be right back to finish the inside. And I think that's as far as I'm going to take it. I'm now going to get this sanded up and finished, and I'll come back to you when it's finished. And here it is complete, a 10-inch shallow end grain bamboo plate. A lot of fun to turn that was, and I was surprised at the finish that I got on it. I've tried purchasing bamboo items for turning projects before, and they had hollows in them, so that you can't really get anything out of them. But when I found this end grain, I knew that I could get something out of it. So there it is. Now I've done it. It didn't tear out at all. There was no tear out. I was surprised. So it was fun to do. So if you find an end grain bamboo chopping board or something, I suggest you give it a go. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, thanks for watching again, and take care now. Bye now.